Hi, this is Tweek. On this week's episode of Tweeks with Tweek, we're going to head back into the kitchen, this time using whole wheat flour. We're going to make some whole wheat bread. It's good for you and very tasty. I'm going to need a knife. Join us. In episodes past, we've made homemade white bread, cinnamon bread, so delicious. Today we're going to make wholesome and healthful wheat bread. The supplies you'll need for this project are powdered milk, whole wheat flour, brown sugar, salt, yeast, some cooking oil, and water. Here's the list of ingredients. Measure out 2 cups of warm water. Add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar and stir it up. Next comes the yeast. 2 packages of yeast, or a tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of bulk yeast. Stir, stir, stir. While the yeast activates, add 4 cups of whole wheat flour to your mixer. Now add 1/3 cup of powdered milk. Next comes salt, 2 teaspoons. Brown sugar, 1/3 of a cup. And we're ready to mix. Mix on speed 2 for a minute or so to combine all the dry ingredients. Stop the mixer and scrape down the dry ingredients to the bottom of the bowl. Continue to mix on speed 1 and slowly start adding the yeast mixture to the dry ingredients. Now it's time to add 1/3 of a cup of cooking oil. We used canola oil. Mix on speed 2 for 90 seconds, then stop the mixer and scrape down the ingredients. Continue mixing on speed 2 while adding the remaining flour a 1/2 cup at a time. Mix on speed 2 for a minute or so until the dough clings to the hook and starts to clean the sides of the bowl. The dough is still very sticky at this point. Add a bit more flour if needed, but the dough should be on the wet side. Continue to knead on speed 2 for an additional 2 minutes. Pull the bowl off the mixer. Using some additional flour, sparingly sprinkle the surface you're going to knead on. You don't want your bread to become too dry with too much flour. Dump the dough out and begin kneading. Form the dough into a smooth round ball. Now the dough is ready for its first proofing. Lightly oil the inside of the bowl and the top of the dough. Roll the dough inside the bowl gently. Into the proof box it goes. Let the dough rise for about 1 hour. After an hour, we're ready to take the dough out of the bowl and dump it onto the kneading surface. Punch the dough down into a square and divide it in half. Form each piece of dough into a ball. Check the weight of the dough ball by measuring. You would like them to be as close in measurement as you can. Spray some cooking oil spray on a piece of wax paper. Cover the dough and let it rest. After 10 minutes, we're ready to make some loaves. Punch the dough down again into a rectangle. Starting at the far edge, roll the dough tightly and pinch the seam closed. Fold in and pinch the ends and place the loaf seam side down into the pan. Repeat on the second loaf. Punch it down, roll it up tight. Tuck the seams in and place it in the pan. Time for proofing again. In the box they go. Let the loaves rise for about another hour, or until they reach an inch above the edge of the pan. Into the oven they go, both loaves 400 degrees. Bake at 400 degrees for 15 minutes, then reduce the heat to 350 degrees and bake for an additional 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes to go. Looks pretty tasty too, doesn't it? It's done. It smells so good. Tap it out onto the counter. Set them on a rack to cool. Time for a taste. Now this is when you may need the butter. This bread is so healthful for you, and it's delicious. And there you have it, sliced and ready to enjoy your own homemade wheat bread. If you like what you've seen here today, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you know when the next episode of Tweeks with Tweek is coming along. Until then, there's only 3 loaves here. I wonder, yeah, I'll go ahead and share. See you again.